Hello and welcome to another episode of Woodward's Watercolours. Now today is a little bit different. Got a little demo of a sketching pencil by Koh-I-Noor, the same guys that made the magic pencil that I demoed a wee while back. And it's a 2B and it has this, if you can see, this really flat sort of pencil lead on it. So come with me and we're going to have a little play around with this and see how we might use it and also how we go about sharpening it. So come with me and let's have a look. Okay, so here we have the pencil. Hopefully you can see quite clearly how flat. If I turn it this way, you'll see just how flat the actual lead of the pencil is. And I've got my knife here to be able to show you how you sharpen it. So basically it's a 2B pencil. So it is quite dark. So just looking at it, we have got obviously a nice straight line. You can use it like a flat edge brush, obviously straight down like this, which is going to help you to do the straighter lines. Or if you're doing some detail, well, look at that. Now, you can't really get away with the details on the edge. So if I draw a circle, it's probably going to best demonstrate how you can see the difference as I go around the curve. Obviously, you can cover quite an area like this in shading, or you can use it with the flatter edge. So it's just something really totally different. So I thought it really warranted a video just to have a play about with it and see what it's like. I remember my dad having one of these pencils and he called it a carpenter's pencil. And again, it had this really thick nib. So obviously with any pencil, like if I'm drawing, say I'm drawing like the likes of a square and I'm wanting to, and that's not that great perspective, but sort of show the different areas of depth depending on where the light source is actually coming from, then I can obviously use, lean really heavy, lean nice and light, lean really heavy, and lean nice and light, and it's going to give me all of these different aspects of it. Now, let me turn this around here so we can just show the best way to sharpen it. Now I'm using this curved, this sort of hooked pocket knife made by Faithful, and the best way to do it obviously is away from you because you don't want to do it towards you or you'll end up stabbing yourself. And just rolling it like that across the top. Okay, and then turn around to the other side, and again, same again, just pushing it along with the thumb there. And then we can do that on both sides. Because it's a really soft, or not really soft, but it is in the B range of the pencil and the lead, so it's going to be really soft, and that's going to sharpen it up again. So that's the best way, just to demo a little bit the different shapes that you can. Now what we're going to do is go into my sketchbook and we're going to draw a little scene from Donegal just to see how this goes with this pencil. Okay, so I'm using my little square sketchbook that I have been working away in, and this is one that came away with me to Cyprus, so I was having fun with the magic pencil in it. And one of the things I love about this sketchbook is the square shape and also the nice thickness of the paper, and it's from Sea White of Brighton. So what we're going to be drawing is this scene, which I'm hoping to be able to just simply put up around this area while I'm drawing it so you can see. So it's just this this little cottage. Now I haven't got that angle quite right there. Now this is going to be a sketch. So we're just looking to have a bit of fun. Now what I loved about this pencil, I got it from a shop called Hunter Paper in Ballyhackamore area of Belfast. Just on the outskirts, I suppose it is in Belfast, just on the outskirts of Belfast. And this is the scene that is quite an interesting perspective. Just notice how I am using the different edges of this pencil to work with me and find the scene. I was really attracted to it because it's like a flat edge brush, and I thought this is going to be a little bit different. Something really quite nice to use, and it's going to lean in here for this little section. So it's this really severe perspective on this abandoned cottage. And I'm going to use it here to just notice the way I pulled it across there. Now it's not the full length because it is slightly rounded on the top just from having been used a little bit. So again, you'll be adjusting and getting used to whatever the state the pencil is in at the time to be able to figure out how you're going to use it.
So we've got this area, so I'm going to use that end there to try and capture the sense of the cement on it is it's this concrete, so it's this kind of a horrible grey sort of a colour. So we're just going to use, I thought it'd be a good way to demonstrate its coverage, to try and show how it does with, just going to lean in different areas because different parts of it have, the concrete is sort of all kind of mottled. So the other good thing is this is actually going to end up sharpening it, so I'll turn it over to try and sharpen it on the other side here. And then we've got bits of grass here, so just as I would with a flat edge brush, just using the strengths of the pencil to be able to capture that. Now there's grass going up all around here, and we've got some areas that are, I need to try and correct this line a little bit to show the division between the two buildings. Another thing I would imagine is if I, because this is a B, if I am not careful with where I'm putting my hands, then it's going to begin to smudge it, and I've never been a fan of smudging with a pencil. So just working this, as you all know, or the majority of you know, if you've never watched a video before, I have a video up on a flat edge brush. It's something that I really have a high value for. So just I'm well used to using it. So this is something similar to that. Now this bit here is also, it's got that grey tone, and this is jutting out and over. This is the part of the chimney here, except there's actually no chimney left anymore because it's been so abandoned for so long. And then we've got the landscape is starting to come into view over this side here. So again, just watch the way I'm using the pencil to be able to capture that. And then so this bit is part of the land. So keep turning it over to find the working with it, because it's obviously going to diminish the more that you use it, as every pencil does, but it's just really learning to work with that is the key thing here with this. And then you've got the line of the horizon, and then you've got a little bit of land that's just kind of jutting out. Now, I'm just deliberating there, do I want to tackle it all with the sky? I don't know whether to do, but so I'm going to use lots of cross hatching here to try and give this idea of the grass. And with grass, I'm going to do a lot of grass like this and use the flat edge brush an awful lot for that whenever I'm doing watercolor. So it's just trying to capture that. There's a bit of headland again there, and this grass, because it's in a really effectively an abandoned area, then the grass has become really quite long because it's by the sea. It's a particular type of that coarse sort of a grass that you would nearly find in the sand dunes. If you're familiar with the north coast in Ireland, you'll know what I'm talking about. Or probably sand dunes anywhere, I'm confident, would have that sort of a grass. And really want to dig in here because this is where the most severe shadows are, particularly in this area of the building here. Ever so slightly. Digging into this area again. And then also along here, and then the roof dips down. So just changing the angle all of the time to be able to catch. Feels like the wind is blowing up and through in this picture that we're using. So something a little bit different. I mean, I don't often do sketching, although, you know, I do enjoy sketching from time to time, but whenever you get something new like this, it can reawaken those kind of things. Again, just note how I'm almost gripping it slightly different as well to try and get a different purchase on it and find a different quality of line each time that I'm doing it. It's much darker to this side because the light's obviously not coming through, but I'm really satisfied when I'm holding it really quite firmly and straight down. You're getting a really quite a nice line, and just it's given that quality. So the more that I'm gonna go over this effectively in layers, it is really cross-hatching. Now I'm not gonna tackle any sort of a sky, would if it was using watercolor, but I'm quite happy with how this is turning out so far. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. Looking at that bit of the headland here. Again, look at that. Just being able to use pencil in that kind of nice straight lined way as we try and give that idea of that sea that's out there. Notice turning it around, just because it's gonna get blunt on one side more than the other. The other thing obviously that we can do as well is we could try and hold it this way. I don't know that maybe would work for some areas of the, yeah, it does actually. It works for some areas of the side. Probably give it a more smoother finish to the areas at the side of this house, and that actually is really working quite nicely for that because of the way that the concrete is kind of mottled with the weathering over the years and over the seasons. The weather would be really quite severe around this part of the world in Donegal, really very exposed, so it's making it really nice and smooth. And the other thing then is that should really effectively have sharpened it, but it's just lovely being able to it feels like you can get the grass really quite quickly. I'm also happy to leave some of this undone, so yeah, let me do that technique again on this side because it's exactly the same. And then just digging in to get those really stronger lines here, and really want to capture that on this side. You can see it really starting to build. Okay, let me lift that up a little bit. That's where we're gonna finish for now, but there you can see all of the different lines. You can see, actually, maybe you can see if I tilt it ever so slightly, maybe you'll catch a wee bit where the lights, you know, it should highlight where I have really dug in there. So there you are, there's a little demo of drawing that little scene in Donegal. The Koh-I-Noor Hardmouth sketching pencil. The code on it is 1538 and it's a 2B. How good is that?
Well, there you go now. What an interesting little pencil. Isn't that fascinating? Isn't it just something that's that little bit different? I think it was about 185. If you're in Belfast, then as I said, you can go to Hunter and Paper Co, which is quite newly opened in the Ballyhackamore area of Belfast. I have never seen, apart from my dad's carpenter pencil, I've never seen a pencil available like that for sketching. And really versatile. That's the second time that I've had a go with it, but that time I think I really got to understand it that little bit more. Particularly pleased with whenever I was leaning, I remember on that kind of a side there to be able to capture the smoothness and the mottled effect really of the concrete on the side of that cottage. So do have a go. I hope it inspires you to have a go at sketching again. I'm confident that you probably can get them in a variety of the different softness and hardness of the leads, you know, from the H's right up to the B's. But I hope it inspires you to sketch and get into your sketchbooks. So happy sketching. Thanks as always for watching. Do like and share. Love reading your comments below. Keep the suggestions coming for other videos as well. And for me, that's it for now. See you sometime soon. Bye for now, everyone.